What's up, guys and gals? You're in the Cypher with Frank the Tank and JB Perez. This is the drug screening. What's the drug screening? Well, we'll tell you. Basically, JB and I took it upon ourselves to save you from wasting your time watching new movies, documentaries, and things on social media. We'll do it for you, usually baked, and let you know if it's approved of wasting your time doing it or not. So we'll check out things on Netflix, Hulu, TV, all that good stuff, and give you a ratings. How are we gonna rate it? Very simple. We've got basically like 1 to 5 stars, except we're rating these based on addiction levels, right? Because TV is very addicting. So 1 star, which is gonna be garbage, is gonna be dirt. Everybody knows you don't want to fucking smoke no dirt. 2 stars is Rex, 3 stars is mints, 4 stars is fire, and 5 stars is straight crack. So we know certain things can be very addictive, folks. Tune in, it's gonna be awesome. JB, what are we talking today?
Yeah, I watch Netflix all the time, so we're gonna start right there. Black Mirror. What is it? Bandersnatch. Every time I say the word, I think of Cumbersnatch or Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch?
The actor? Yeah.
You know, the Bandersnatch sounds like a really kinky German game. You know, like something has to do with snacks. You know?
Yeah.
Want to play Bandersnatch today? Something like that.
Exactly. You think of this. Yeah. Well, this movie, well, we're going to ruin it for you. I mean, do we want to say no, you know, if you don't want to get it spoiled for you, you best go somewhere else right now. Go smoke an L or something.
That's it, folks. You got your spoiler alert right here. So now's
right
your
there.
chance. If you haven't seen it and you're worried about it getting spoiled, tune this off. But trust me, there's over 250 scenes, 5 different endings. So we probably won't spoil it for you. Matter of fact, you might not even see what we're talking about here today. The interesting thing that makes this more unique is because Black Mirror decided to make this a choose your own adventure type of situation. So at each, so many minutes throughout the series, you have to, be interactive and decide everything from...
You were a kid, right? You were a kid. You read those books. I remember the Goosebumps books.
Yes.
You would read the Choose Your Own Destiny, right? You pick a number or you choose the choice and then you jump to that page number and then you follow that ending. This is exactly the same thing. So for the inaugural episode of the drug screen, we're gonna work the Netflix Bandersnatch movie under the Black Mirror label. And again, you've been warned, okay? So before we get started, Frank, because I have a lot of feelings about this, let's just set the table. Let's just set, for those, if you haven't watched it, if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, this movie, Choose Your Own Destiny movie, is based in the 1980s. This young computer programmer, a video game programmer, okay? He is creating a video game called Bandersnatch. Hey, there it is. And basically, the game is a Choose Your Own Destiny video game. So, I mean, the whole genre there, or the whole thing is that.
It's set in the 80s, right? It's set in the 80s, so everything's really retro and really cool. And it's about, like, this kid who has clearly some emotional issues, right? It sets a background. He lost his mother when he was younger, and it emphasizes that he has issues because of that loss. And so he's actively seeing counseling. He also resents his father because of it. He blames his father because of it. And so it kind of catches us at this moment in his life where he's at a big crossroads. He has to make some big choices. He's developing a game, like you said, called Bandersnatch, and he has to decide, essentially, like one of the big major choices is whether he wants to produce this game with this company, with I think it's called Tuckersoft, or go on his own. And so that's pretty much where the story kind of picks up.
Begins, right.
Before we get into like the real meat and potatoes here, what do you think about the storyline? Because I heard they got a lot of mixed reviews on social media.
The storyline itself, once you watch it, and again, this is just choose your own story. So once you get past it once, that's only one ending, okay? The show itself kind of pushes you to do it again. So with hindsight, it was okay. It felt short. The storyline felt short to me, even though there were a lot of options, so it was fun. but it was kind of boring. The ending or the endings were kind of boring. So yeah, to answer your question, I thought it was okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know, for me, I thought it was. I didn't think the storyline was great, but I think that was purposeful. Here's what I mean. This was the first time anybody's done this on TV, at least for a long time. And so let's call them pioneers in this kind of interactive thing, Netflix, right? The Black Mirror guys. And so I call this kind of like a soft opening. Supposedly, the rumors are that the next season is going to have some choose your own adventure stuff. And it seems like this might be a new trend in movies and in TV here to come. So I think that Black Mirror was just kind of like, look, let's put this is a story that we can probably tell pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Let's put this together and see where it goes. And then
I guess I understand that.
If it's popular, we'll put together some real shit. Not taking anything away from any of the actors or the production, because I mean, these Brits, man, they do some good work. But yeah.
They do.
So I give them a little slack.
Right. With that being said, I know Frank got a whole outline.
Oh, yeah.
All the choices. How many were there, you said?
Oh, man, there's a ton of choices. All in all, there's about 250 scenes total.
Look at that.
5 different
endings. I don't
endings.
even think I got that.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
There's no way. Matter of fact, the producers have stated that they've lost scenes. There are scenes that they've recorded that they have not been able to find through playing multiple times the game.
Wow.
Yeah. So there is chances to still find
fun.
things that nobody else has found.
That sounds fun.
But let's go over some of the major choices here. The first major choice, okay, is to work with Tuckersoft or to refuse and work on the project on your own. So what happens is the guy gets pulled into an office. This isn't a real major spoiler, but it's the first big point. And basically, he's given an option. I like the idea of your game. You can either develop it with our software company, or you can work on it on your own. JB, what'd you do to start with?
Okay, so I need to emphasize, I am a super optimist, okay? So the first time I watched this, I was Mr. Do everything right, okay?
Yeah.
Do moral compass correct. So my first choice was like, hell yeah, teamwork. Let's all bring the people together, help me out, let's get this on, let's all make rich. What did you pick?
Same here, dude. I was like, oh my God, this is a great opportunity. I was thinking like me real life, if I'm a game creator and I'm broke and somebody's like, yeah, you want to develop this shit here? Yeah, I'm going to fucking sign up. Sign me up.
Hell yeah. Well,
that takes you right to the end. Right to the end. And the ending is they basically review your game. It's like some people on like an 80s, video game review game show. And they review it and basically shit all over it.
Let's make a point to that right there, Frank, because this review show at the end of that line is kind of how you know you reached the end of that set of choices, okay? So if you haven't watched it, you need to watch. We're spoiling the shit out of this for you right now.
By the way, follow us on social media. Check us out on Instagram, the Podheads Webshow. We're probably going to have to make something for this little doohickey here. But we got a network, a channel on YouTube, the Podheads Network, or the Podheads channel. Working title right now. Essentially, we're the Podheads. We're doing this review show now, just JB and I. So we want to know what you guys think. So if you have watched this show, I want to know what choices you guys made, what kind of endings you guys got, and what you thought. I don't want to go over the rest of this thing because I don't want to give away all the paths. But essentially, you get to a crossroad where you snap at your dad because you've been frustrating about, on this shit. You can decide whether you destroy your computer or snap at your dad. And I decided to snap at my dad because I didn't want to fuck my computer up. I just had a feeling if I broke my computer, how the hell am I going to create the game?
I'm going to finish the game, correct. Yeah.
So when you snap at your dad, he takes you to see your therapist. Well, there's a point where you either follow this guy named Colin, who happens to be helping you on the game. He's like a super, tech guy. He's played by the guy Will Poulter.
Yeah. By the way, that guy is fucking everywhere. He blew up.
Yeah, big
I like him. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's pretty good actor. So he's in We're the Millers. He plays the awkward kid. But anyway, he plays a really crazy kind of eccentric video game programmer. Well, essentially, you go to his house or you follow him if you choose to follow him, and he offers you drugs. Well, Whether you decide you want him or not, you get him. Because I took both paths. And if you take him, if you say sure, he gives them to you. If not, he drugs you. He drugs your teeth. So either way, don't stress yourself deciding you're gonna get fucked up regardless. The crazy thing about it is that there comes a question, and I have to talk about this. I don't care because I gotta know what you did. There comes a question. He starts saying that life is just like a video game in the sense where, if you die, there's multiple realities happening. So if you die, you're just, there's another you somewhere else who's picking up, making a different choice. So it doesn't matter. So he asked the guy, one of us, he tells the main guy, Stefan, who's the protagonist of this thing. He says, one of us is going to jump off this ledge of my apartment building. Meanwhile, they're both tripping on fucking acid pretty hard.
They're having a super trip, by the way, but he's trying to prove a point, or so he thinks. Tripping balls, so he thinks. One of us is going to jump off this ledge to prove that it doesn't matter what I do in this reality. The overall reality is what's important. Trippy ass shit is he's going off. Kind of making sense, shit, though. Yeah, but it kind of makes sense. But anyways, the choice is there. You have to choose. One of those two dudes is going over the ledge. Who'd you pick?
I said, fuck you, Colin. You go over the ledge.
Fuck you, Colin. You go. And Colin sure did went. He had no hesitation. He really believed what he was saying. And he jumped off that ledge. And then as soon as he hits and dies, the protagonist kind of reverts back to whether it was a dream, who knows?
And that's
Did he go back in time?
What do you think?
Did he go to another reality? Who knows?
Well, look, here's the thing. You see him fucking splat on like a trailer or something. And then his wife is like, where's Colin? He just kind of walks off in disbelief and she screams, okay? But after that, you don't hear back from him. He asked what happened to him and he's gone. So did he die or not?
Right, so you don't know it. Was it a reality? Was it that reality? Did that reality affect the another reality? So you see the trippiness of this whole thing, and it really does get convoluted towards the end of the movie.
Because different choices really take you down different paths, and then the scenes are completely different. Like there's, oh my god, like the whole Colin thing, the guy dying. It's like if you choose one way, the wife sees him die. Or at least screams when she looks down and sees his body, right? If you choose another way, I think if you choose not to take the drugs and you get drugged anyway, then she never sees him. And so later on, she goes to Tuckersoft asking, where's he at? And they're like,
I didn't notice
did he
that.
just take off on he's crazy like that. He just takes off on vacations. So, bro, I still to this day don't know what the hell happened to Colin. If anybody knows what happened to Colin, let us know.
What you're saying is a lot of, because I didn't notice that, but I chose some of the very similar choices you used. So some of these choices are choices of another choice.
Yeah. Dude,
so it's got you going back in, and that, I mean, we should move on because we can talk about all the choices there.
We'll put up a picture. Put up a picture of the thing. Yeah.
Absolutely,
sure.
Absolutely. But let me talk about how I felt about this. I was saying that this choice chose this choice, and then this choice goes back to this choice. And that's exactly what the hell happened to me. I got stuck in this loophole of choices, okay? And the show lets you go back. I mean, make different choices. There is a scene or a choice where you actually have to choose or hear numbers in the air. You have to hear numbers in the air, and those numbers become a combination of something, right? I didn't hear those motherfucking numbers, okay? If you don't hear those numbers, you might be stuck in that line of pathing. So the show tries to keep getting you out of it. There are other ways to get out of it, but I kept getting stuck in the damn telephone. So it got kind of frustrating for me, and it kind of took away from the, the excitement. Because after a while, it was just like, okay, motherfucker, okay, I get it. I know what I got to do. Let me do it. And that's how I really felt. So if you were gonna ask me, how many stars, I'd probably get like 3 stars just because I like the idea. We talked about the plot, right? I didn't necessarily like the plot.
So you're saying it's mids?
It's mids. If you're asking me, it's mids. And I am a big fan of Black Mirror, by the way.
For me, I liked it. I really actually enjoyed it. I didn't get stuck in this loop. I know you said you kept ending up in jail.
Yes. Oh my God.
What happened? You're still in jail?
Every time, and that I really feel that was written. I mean, so many choices get you sent to jail, but if you get sent to jail, you'll never make the perfect game. You know what I mean? So you gotta get away with things. I don't want to ruin it.
I went to jail. I went to jail
7 times. I think I went to jail.
I think I did all of them. There's 5 major endings. 5 major endings. I don't know what the other ones are, but I think I did all of them. There was one where I went to jail, and they gave my game a shitty rating. And I think that's when my, I believe that's when, like, I didn't hide my dad's body. I think I decided to, like, kill my dad and bury his body, but I got caught. And so I went to jail and got a shitty rating. But there's another scenario where I decided to chop my dad's body up and hide it, and I never got caught, and I got the crazy rating, bro. I never got caught. Like a really good rating. That's the way you got. Basically, the more sick and twisted, the better rating, I guess.
And that's I'm gonna take it right from you. Who's controlling who, right? So we think we're controlling the protagonists of the show, but the writers are telling us you have to be grotesque. You have to do this line to get to the end that's supposed to be the end, which is the 5-star game. And again, if you haven't got it ruin it for you, you gotta kill your fucking dad and chop his ass up to get the best game you can get. That's this movie, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting point, JB. I didn't think about, like, they think that they're in control, creating video games, right? And the whole thing about Bandersnatch is that actually the kind of the backstory behind Bandersnatch, the ironic thing or the lingering backstory here is that Bandersnatch is, the fictional backstory behind this book is that the writer, I can't remember the guy's name, but the creator of this book apparently got obsessed with these choices and this pattern and ended up killing his wife, like butchering his wife and whatnot. And so you see how this kind of parallels that. And then so
it was written that way.
And like you said, we think we're controlling him, but then we're really, in order to get the carrot, right? We're doing what the writers designed.
Bingo.
Really made us kind of. For me, I'll give it fire, bro. I'm gonna call it fire. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because I'm giving them a little bit. So that's 4 stars. That's the second from the top. I'm calling it fire because I feel like I need to give them the benefit of the doubt that this is the first thing. They're just testing this out. This is a soft opening. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to get see how people feel about it before they go crazy with the production. And so I'm expecting big things on the next one. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Overall, I did want to give some feelings about British people, some observations I made before we compare the movie versus the show. British people, man, a few things. They do TV way better than Americans.
Bro. What do you mean?
British have TV down, bro. Their TVs, everything they do is just much better, and we're gonna talk about that in the movie versus the show. Because if you notice, the episodes that were created by American writers and producers were not as good as the episodes that were created by the British writers, like the original ones. You notice the first season was crazy, right? Awesome. And then after that, you notice that there were some American episodes where people with accents, those weren't as good. So keep coming with the British people, you know what I'm saying, please. I also like that their ethnic people is very ambiguous. You can't tell who's who. I don't know if that producer was Indian, Spanish, whatever the hell.
They all sound the same.
They all sound exactly the same. You get a guy on the phone, whether he's black, white, Asian, fucking English guy, they all sound exactly the same. They all sound like Harry Potter to me. So, movie versus show. What do you think? Do you prefer? Do you prefer the interactive movie? If you had to take one, like being a part of the situation, or do you prefer just sitting back and watching, enjoying the crazy show?
Yeah, no, that's why I gave it a 3, bro, because the interactive was a little bit too, I'm a millennial, I guess, 21st century. I want it now, Let's go. Let's keep it moving. I want my excitement and the conclusion and all the, right now. I got stuck, and that became a frustration for me. Okay.
Only you.
Only me. But what the fuck? She says "oh," and she should have said 0. Okay. Anyways, that's a whole different story. So to answer your question, I absolutely love the Black Mirror episodes much more than I do this movie, and not even because of the writers and the British, because that didn't never crossed my mind, bro. I didn't even know there were, there was a different. I didn't know this was a British initially. Written by the British. I didn't know. It was great from the beginning. So even better props to that. But my point why I like the show more than I did this movie is because the show, and I started off, this show, the weed screen or the drug screen, saying that it's a look into our future. And I really enjoy that because I can really put myself in that future scene. Like, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen if we keep doing this, that, and this, that with this technology. This movie, while entertaining and don't mind me being upset about getting stuck, but it was a look into the past about controlling. I mean, if it's Black Mirror, are they saying that maybe in the future we'll be able to control minds and actions? I mean, the PACs, right? PACs, that's part of it.
Program and control.
So anyway, to answer your question, bro, I love the show more just because of the future look, and I believe it. This wasn't that so much.
Fuck yeah. I agree with you. I believe, not in the sense of I want it now. I like to take my time and things. It takes me forever to play video games, bro, because I got to do every little thing. I want to go explore here. I want to check there. And so I like to take my time with things and really get to kind of soak in everything. I had to. Like I said, I did all the endings because I had to. I can't not finish something once I started. So Black Mirror, definitely kudos to you guys. But I do prefer the show. I thought the show was freakier. I'll take the mind fuck and, just the kind of thinking way more than the interactive shit, especially when I'm making. That's one thing. I did like it, but you had to keep that controller in your hand. These choices came up quick, and it timed you. So there was a sense of anxiety there. But speaking of the Black Mirror show, we're probably gonna talk about that one when it comes out, the next season. So tune in for future episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? We gotta talk. What are we gonna talk next on the next drug screening?
You know what? I didn't even think about it. I was so excited about talking about this one.
I think we should talk The Masked Singer. JB refuses to watch this
This fucking guy, The Masked Singer.
Give it an episode. Give it an episode, and if you're not hooked, I'll drop it. But if you're hooked, we're talking about the next episode. JB, he's not sold yet, but I promise you, when you watch that first episode, you're going to be hooked, bro. That's crack, in my opinion, but I'll wait. I'll save it for the next one.
Wow, this guy.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. That's it. That's the drug screening. Let us know how you feel about the show. Leave your likes, comments, give us your ratings. JB?
Yeah. Podheads JB, by the way, on Instagram. That's my thing right now. We are the Podheads. Frank the Tank is a Podhead. I'm a Podhead. We're all Podheads. So make sure you find us there. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, on the drug screen.
Yes, sir.